Hey everybody, welcome back to Universe X, and today we are going to jump into the first Archetype Breakdown of Ultimate Squad. And it feels like we weren't here, we were here like not too long ago, you know what I mean? With Realm of the Gods, but it feels good to be back. I always like this sort of content, and it's fun to kind of break ground and really go in on it. So yeah, that's gonna be cool. I just wanted to say that we are still on the road to 2K, so by the time you are done with this video or midway through, or if you just like the cadence right now, think about hitting that subscribe button, like the video, click the notification button, and you know, comment with your own thoughts, because I love it when the comment section becomes a forum. Yeah, and we are just going to go into the normal plugs before moving over. Just wanted to say that if you haven't been to the official Facebook group for this card game, think about doing so, because it's where we get all of our official spoilers and announcements. We've also got the unofficial discussion group, the unofficial Reddit, the Universe X Discord, the Universe X Facebook page. All these things are more places to find really cool bits of info and like-minded people who love the card game you do. You've also got a TCGMetalZ, which is ran by one of my friends, Chris, as well as you know, partially sponsors the channel. And it's really cool the things he's able to do with these metal cards. His artsmanship is like just craftsmanship. I said artsmanship. Don't ask me how late I'm recording this video. It's just on another level. And you will always find something on that site that you like. And when you do, you can use the code UNIX in checkout to get 10% off your entire order. Last but not least, I am doing other content on other channels. You've got UNIX DB as well as UNIX Gacha for just other gaming needs, Dragon Ball and just anime in general. So with that out of the way, we should just kind of jump into the DBS Deck Planet view, so I can start going over the cards, let you know some of the choices before we then go to untap for you guys to see some of these plays in action. So I guess we skip over. So here's what we got going on here, okay? We've got this entire thing here. Let's see if we can actually open them up. Okay, cool. So you've got the leader, and this should be relatively fresh for most people. I will say right out the gates, while you guys are kind of perusing this list, the coolest thing about this deck is that it is a deck builder's fantasy. And when I say by this, or what I mean by this, is that a lot of these themes in this set are revisited themes, meaning that you not only have the GT, you know, Go Red GT theme that came before, but you also have a Red GT theme that's coming in this set. So you can kind of mix and match some of the pieces and really try to come up with something new. On top of that, Red has a lot of versatile cards that are just really good. And so between that, the old pieces interlocking with the new pieces, Red as a color in general, as well as the ratios, because ratios are going to be a huge thing in this deck, you have a lot to work with. So let me just go over the leader real quick, and then the unison, and then we'll just like kind of briefly dive into this. So the leader, right? When he comes into play, you are automatically going to play one of these unisons. And I'll say that and I'll move on to that later. When he swings, you can put a red sand underneath your unison card and then draw two. Well, underneath the spaceship, it has to be a spaceship. And then when your spaceship has 7 counters on it or more, or you're at 4 life, you can awaken. Draw 2, and you know, if you flip over before then, you're going to be able to take down to 6 life. On his back, you're going to be able to draw when you swing. For 1 red energy, you can reestablish your unison from the drop, and then on top of that, you can sparking 10 when you have 5 or more energy to play 8-drop GT Goku, and then you know, just give it 5k. So that's pretty cool. Now moving forward, I've got 2 of the Spaceship Vessel of Hopes. This is the unison that is going to sit there and just build up the entire time. It's got Empower Red 10, +0, activate main, place 1 sand card from your hand into this card, draw 1 card, then add a marker to this card for each card under this card, up to 3. This is pretty cool. Its limit 1 really isn't going to come into play because that's when you play it, and generally that'd be playing on top of itself. Now some people may ask, okay Uni, Chris, why do you play 2 of these? Okay, if this deck ever becomes a big deck, I do see Kai being the initial secret rare to start playing again for most decks. Like if this deck ever became tier 1 or tier 0.75, I'm not gonna say tier 0, it's not like that, but if it ever became such, this, like, Kai would immediately start going in people's decks, because you can drop Kai as early as turn 3, warp the board, including the unison, and that right there is going to put this guy out of reach, because the leader only reestablishes from the the leader only reestablishes from the bottom, or from the drop, or your hand. It doesn't do anything about the warp. So I play a second one in hopes that, you know, by the time Kai could get online, if Kai becomes more popular, I can just open up with another, you know, one and just replay it. They can only Kai you once. So far, that's the only effect that I believe warps to Unison, because Vegeta will just put it in the drop. Moving on to the next card, you got 4 of the 1-drop Searcher that searches top 5 for a 1-drop Unison or a Red Sand with a 4 or less cost. That actually will search out the super combo as well as most of his deck. You've got 4 of the Trunks that draws. I also play 2 pint-sized Warrior Gokus, because these guys are going to be able to fetch your Victorious Fist Super Saiyan 3 Sun Goku as well as your Triple Flash from your deck. 2 Intensifying Power Trunkses, because you're going to be able to just play this guy, turn him sideways, take a life, set up your Raditz. Well, set up your testings that go into your Raditz. 4 Pan Soaring Through Space. This is one of the most important cards of the deck. You can play it for free for a Spirit Boost from under your Unison. And then activate main, limit 1/2. If your leader card is Son Goku GT, play up to 1 Son Goku GT and 1 Trunks GT cards, both red with a 15k power or less from under a spaceship. And that's actually most of these. That effect is going to play your pseudo Don't Touch My Unison Trunks with Barrier. It's going to play your Crit Attacker Goku. It's going to play Intensifying, Pint Size, Trunks Adventures. There's a lot of cards this plays. This is by far one of the best cards. It's like the best card in the deck, in my opinion. It's so good. You've got this Crit Pressure Goku right here. That's pretty much what he do. Baby. This deck also starts out with this Unison in line. So Unison online. So since it does that, I tried to actually max out on Yamcha's, because Yamcha is up as early as turn 1. And you're not gonna really using it on turn 1, but man, if you go second and you just open up Yamcha, the moment they try to open up their turn 2 play, you just blow out their entire field, and it feels really bad. Going first, you also kind of can go with a cap on it, but going first is already kind of a cap enough. You've got this man's who's going to be kind of spot removal. He minuses 20k when he comes down. We've already talked about Trunks being like the pseudo Unison protector. Victorious Fist. Now, it is Victorious Fist. I could have just played this guy over it instead of Victorious Fist, but this guy doesn't untap. He plays himself, and every time something else attacks around him, that can work. But the issue with me is that, like, he requires you to start swinging around him, and some floodgates can kind of hurt that. I mean, it's back and forth. It kind of is preference and playstyle, but I just like Victorious Fist Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku. He swings once, he goes up 5k, and he's good. He's also got double strike, so he can potentially hit for 4 damage if you just really want to try to push it through. We have also got Triple Flash. This is one of the hardest pluses in the deck, but you can pay 1 red and evolve on top of a 5-drop Goku, cough, the one we just had. He's got Deflect, he's got Triple Strike. When he evolves, you're going to draw 2 cards. Now, if this card's power is 4,000 or more, and your leader card is a Red Sand, that's the errata, your opponent may not activate counters during battles where this card is attacking. That's cool and all, but I feel like to get that, you have to go out of your way with the combination attack pans, and sometimes you just don't see it, and you don't want to have to wait and hold it. The biggest boss of the deck, this guy's pretty sick. Deflect, activate main, triple red. If you have 4 more energy, play this card from under a Unison card, so that's cool. Once again, he's being pulled out. Activate main once per turn. Spirit Boost 3, choose all of your opponent's battle cards and they gain minus 30 power, or 30k power for the turn. This card gains triple attack. Triple attack is no joke on a 30k, that's very strong. Activate main, limit 1, choose one of your red Unison cards with 10,000 power or more. Place this card under from your hand or battle area, add a marker to this card. Very interesting, it says 10,000 or more, because this can be used for other Unisons. It doesn't have to be Spaceship Vessel of Hope, because that's 15. Making it also a little bit rough to kind of deal with when it's on the field in turn 1. Right now I'm running SSB Vegeta, Unbridled Power, but this could easily be Supreme Kai of Time, Space Unraveler. Like I said, if this deck becomes very, very rampant, like if King Piccolo gets hit and this just becomes a really, really strong deck, you're going to want to have a Kai ready, because Kai will put this deck back considerably. You force them to have to top deck the new field card, or they just don't play with their main gimmick. 2 Imposing Presence. This could easily be another card. This could be 2 Violent Rays if the format calls for it. It could be Imposing Presence if the format calls for it. It can not be negated at all if the format calls for it. Same with the 3 Wolf Fangs, but it is protection when you have your units out from the get-go, but same. And then 2 Test in the Yacht. So those are what I have for here. And now we're gonna jump in, untap, and just kind of show you some test hands before we close up the video. All right, so we're starting here. We're going to do this. We're going to put the unison here. The unison is going to start with 1 marker, right? Yeah. And we are going to roll a 20-sided die for a 2 and roll again. This deck actually doesn't mind going second. It's actually kind of cool going second. So I am going to be fine with that. What I really want to do is I want to see a Goku, the 1-drop Goku that can put under the unison, or the 1-drop Trunks. And the way I feel about consistency is when you want to see a card every game, you play it at 3. When you need to open with, or when you want to open with it, you play it at 4. When you need to open with it, you play as many cards as you possibly can. Going second, I really do like opening up a Yamcha because that's really going to be able to protect my unison. Now that card was that hand was a very icky hand, but as long as, wow, did I shuffle it all? That's very strange. All right, well, you know what? This is kind of what it's for. So what we're gonna do here, since we can attack, this is gonna be a little less bad. And I know this hand looks absolutely awful, so bear with me. But we've got still a lot of things we can do here. We're not gonna charge that because that's actually a card that we can have with pressure. I believe it takes 2. Yeah, they wanna really balance that crit. So we're gonna be able to really like hurt their board with this, but we're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we draw 1 more card. That might actually change things. Okay, cool. So we have that, right? I'm going to start off by swinging with this guy, and the first thing we're going to do is put this dude under my unison, and then we're going to draw 1 and we're going to draw 2. Okay, we didn't get what we wanted, but we actually got this, and that's actually pretty decent. So we can just actually put this under the unison as well, and we're just going to move them all down here. So we're going to put this under the unison as well as per its effect and go +1. Then we're going to activate the +0 of this unison, putting this in to draw a card and then up the unison 1, 2, 3 for every card underneath it. That's the power of going, you know, second in this deck. We're gonna tap that, and what do I want to play? We're gonna play this one and just hang tight on it, because unless they Goomba stomp it, we're gonna set up a very, very nice turn next turn. They can swing on this, but like I said, going second with this deck is funny because the moment they play something else, if it through effect, you just Yamcha and kind of render their turn useless outside their leader swing. So their leader can maybe swing on this. They'd have to double strike it or hit it twice in order for that to happen, and through Yamcha, that's kind of wild, but I've also got Wolfang Fist, so this unison isn't going anywhere. They threaten it, I'll unthreaten it real quick. Drawing into that. Now we're getting to a point where, let's see, I do have some cards that are worth. We might not need the Wolfang, so I'm actually going to put that there. And then I am going to swing with Goku. Once again, we're going to do the thing. We're going to put this under the unison, drawing 1, drawing 2. That's a perfect ride. That is actually a very perfect ride. After doing that, we're going to we're going to do +0 the unison, and we're going to put another Goku under. We're going to make a second stack. We're going to put Goku under it, and then we're going to gain 1, 2, 3. We are currently at a high amount of markers, and that's going to allow us to start plussing. We're going to draw 2 from our life. We are going to draw 2 from our deck. And that, after doing that, we're going to be able to flip over. I suppose I could have done that in the other direction. Yeah, I could have done that in the other direction just to get the other 5k off. But we have a fair amount of cards under here, and that just feels good. So now we can start kind of moving into some other stuff. Let's see how I want to do this. I can swing with this just to test, and we're going to be able to testing and turn on our super combos, which is good because we have multiples in hand. We also want to start playing some of these cards, you know? Play this. I'm going to get a draw. Wolfang Fist is going to protect a lot of cool stuff. My opponent, if you have 3 or more energy, so I can't play that yet, that's actually fine. We have 1 more turn. We really have 1 more turn. I'm going to activate another one just to get the draw. Thinning is winning, and we really want to see it. We're just going to shove this under and this under. Now, the thing is here, you also have to be kind of careful. I mean, if I have Kai, at least he's go to the graveyard. And I could also put an Overwhelm in here, but we're still just kind of stress testing the deck. But we've got a lot of cool stuff. We swung with crit. I mean, we can swing with our leader. We can swing with Yamcha, and we can chill. Of course, we do have another Yamcha. We do have access to Wolfang, and if it gets hairy, we can testing down to 4 just to kind of see where we're at. But this is the kind of stuff that's actually just really good, you know? We could have played the crit coup as well. We don't have to, but we could have played the crit coup. I think this is actually where it's at. We're going to charge this, right? We could have charged the Pan, but Pan has no protection, and we will see another one of those Trunks is. First swing with the leader, unless it's a color that permits or that would have better sequencing, not swing with the leader. We're going to swing with the leader first. We're going to plus up on the unison, going 1, 2, 3. You know, we get to draw. If I missed that draw earlier, I apologize. I literally cannot remember. That's our second spaceship. A little unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we get that under there. And this is where we can start kind of playing around, you know? We're going to play this by spirit boosting 1. We can then tap 1, tap 2, and we can play a Trunks as well as a Goku. And yeah, that'll just be the crit coup. So when crit coup comes in, I can place 1 sand card from my hand under the leader and then just draw, you know? Let's just draw. So that's cool. So does it add a marker to it? Yes, it does. So we're gonna put another one here, and then we can draw a card and then add a marker to the chosen card. So we're gonna draw, and then we're gonna add a marker right there. We also have a draw effect from Trunks. I'm sorry about that, I didn't call that earlier. And this is actually pretty neat because next turn we should be able to go fairly well into a couple of things. We have more crit pressure. We have a blocker with this Trunks. We can put this Trunks right back under there because I don't want him getting sniped. And you can kind of see how this goes. Like this Trunks can stay behind for combo power. We still have access to Yamchas. We still have access to Wolf Fang Fist. We have a test in the op. We have 3 super combos. We still actually have a fair amount of gas. Now we're not getting into things like if I see that they're a color and they've revealed that they have not played Kai, I don't really trust that. I might put Test in the op down, but you know it's likely just going to be this other Pan unless they've gotten rid of this Pan. There's so many lines of play that we just kind of need to see from the opposing deck, but we need a little bit more information. So drawing into a card, that's cool. Plussing into a Trunks, 1, 2, 3, that's cool. Where do we want to go here? Because really we can still force some damage. You didn't get triple flash, but we can still force some damage. We still have crits. We still can go in over here. We can play right now this guy if we want to, and just 1, 2, 3 to play him from there, play them from there. You can spirit boost 3 to minus 30k to everything, and then we can swing 3 times here. Like there's a whole lot of good stuff that we can do. We could still if there's some spot removal as well, like maybe there's something like maybe they had a secret rare on board, whatever, it doesn't matter because you can actually play this guy and minus it 20 after minusing the whole board. There's just a whole lot of stuff you can do. Again, they want to play something, we've got a 4th Yamcha, we've got a testing the op. That's pretty cool. And there's our triple flash, and there, look at the pressure that can be built up. That's a lot of pressure. Like if this is the final turn, or I think it is the final turn, we're not playing against a potential hatch, we have the ability to evolve on this Goku and just swing in. This guy we can spirit boost 3 again, and we can swing 3 times with him. We got our leader swing, what's 1. I wouldn't use Intensifying Fire Trunks this time, but leader swing, however many Yamchas we got left over. We've got this guy for crit who would go first. You've got this guy who swings once and goes up to 30k and then comes down. We've got this guy that does stuff again. I'm saying we probably would have already, we do that. We have this guy that comes in and he draws 2 more, and that's pretty cool. And if we so happen to want to combo out, we've got 3 super combos in hand. 3 super combos in hand, 17 cards in deck. So I mean, look, if we really need to get there, like the combo value is high. Yep, that's all 4 secret or super combos. So let's scoop the deck and let's just try to show you an opening hand one more time. I guess this time I'll go first. Sometimes they can be a little more iffy in this deck. You're a lot more prone to needing to see one of those 1-drops. We see the Galactic Explorers, and that's pretty cool too, but we also see a 1-drop, and that's what we like to see hard. With these 2 and going first, we really have a good, there's actually nothing I want to change in this hand. There's really not. This is going to take a little bit to get up into, and we have 4 of these. We only have 3 of these, so I think the move is to actually charge this. And then we just kind of want to go ham, you know? We're going to play this guy. He's going to search top 5. After searching top 5 for a red sand, we're going to take Pan because Pan is the truth in a world full of lies. Thank you, Nick, and thank you, Amani. And also shout out to Giancarlo. Giancarlo was talking about how he had a very spicy super combo lined up simply because you find yourself stuck at 8 life a lot. And you know, sometimes it would be cool to add life. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost got ahead of myself, guys. I apologize. Like I said, don't ask me what time I'm recording this video. So anywho, we're gonna play this, we're gonna look at top 5, and we're still gonna grab Pan because we are champions, that's what champions do. Okay, we're not grabbing Pan. But we will grab the crit coup. Oh wait, wow, I could have grabbed a super combo. Let's run that back. Yeah, I don't think there's not a reason to run a super combo in that like we're gonna find some of these other cards, but super combos those are super combos. But then again, they're not really necessary to our overall aggro scheme. And if you want to run this as more of a mid-range deck, by all means, like, hit me up with it. Let me know. I want to see what you guys are doing. But I definitely feel like this deck is kind of aggressive. Yeah, we're going to take Battle Blast, the only one in deck. Yikes. Okay, well, we're going to take that. That was information that we shouldn't have seen, but we are going to... Oh, messing up all the time. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to put this guy underneath, and that is going to raise the marker by 1. But then we're going to put this underneath, raising the marker by 1. And then we're going to activate its ability to put this guy underneath. And then that's going to raise the marker by 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to also draw a card. So we're setting up for the triple flash pretty handedly. I think that's actually really cool. Now, again, you should probably be swinging for the Unison. I don't see why not, even if you don't intend to do damage, because you just don't want to give me any extra cards. Now, at this point, I'm just going to straight up ditch this because I do not want to get rid of anything else in hand. It's actually a darn near perfect hand. I'm going to swing here, and we're going to put a card underneath and draw 1 and draw 2. Perfect. We're going to now go on this leader, or go on this Unison to put a card under it. We're going to go up 1, 2, 3. We're going to draw another card. That feels good. We now have enough to go into our Awakening. And I know I'm doing this out of sequence. I'm just trying to show you guys how the numbers play out. Cool. And we flip this card over. So we're at 9. We have a bunch of cards here, and there's a lot of things we can do. Whole lot of things. We can Spirit Boost 1 to play Pan. Yep, if you have 2 or more energy, play this card from under Unison cards. So Pan's gonna come out here. We can immediately tap 1, tap 2. If your other card is this, and we can play a Goku and a Pan, or a Goku and a Trunks. I do want to kind of get some crit pressure out, so we will put this guy down, and we'll put this guy down, and we're gonna draw a card off of Trunks, and then we're going to be able to swing. Well, first we'll actually have to activate his effect. We draw a card off of Trunks, and then we can put a card underneath. Now that card will be another crit coup, and what, we add a marker to it, yes, and we draw a card. This deck does a lot of floating. Afterwards, we're going to be able to swing in here, and we can put this right back under the card, little tag it in, go up 1 marker, and that's pretty cool. Now they have to get rid of our Pan at this point. Like, if they have spot removal, they have spot removal, but I can Yamcha them, and that feels really, really good. Now, into this next turn, I would love... Did I just draw another Yamcha? Yeah, it is what it is. I have 2 Yamchas in hand. I have this. I would love at this point to see... I would like to see one of the 20k Gokus. If I can see a 20k Goku, I am straight. So at this point, we've got draw, we've got crucial pieces, we've got Yamcha, we got a lot of cards. I could play another Yamcha here. So We've already played one, and we're just kind of going through this game. I do like holding my Yamchas though. It could be Intensifying Power Trunks. It could be the Dependable. But I have a Dependable, well, I have the Explorers already underneath. So we're gonna put that there. And after putting that there, I'm going to swing with my leader to get a draw. That's not quite the one we want, but I think we can make do. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we can't go up the full ride here. So the thing is, if Pan was not killed, and Pan should be your first priority to kill, we would actually just play another Pan. Like, resolve another Pan effect, and that's devastating. We are going to look at the top 5 and hopefully peek the Goku that we wanted. We really didn't though. We're gonna take a Pan just in case, you never know. And then afterwards, we're going to draw into testing the ops. Because we drew into testing the ops, that is the point where I need to play Intensifying and really get this crit game started. Intensifying is gonna come down, we can swing, we can take a card to hand, we can swing again with this crit, we can then swing again here, we can add that, up 1, add this, up 1. I am pretty sure I'm doing that right. She's on Spaceship. Yep, add a marker on this card. Yeah, so we're doing it well. We are going to then activate his ability to, what about the other Pan underwards? We want to play her. And then after playing that, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna draw a card. We're still not seeing that Goku, but we are squared, man. Like, we've got a whole bunch of defense. We've got another Yamcha, we've got Wolf Fang, we've got Testing the Op. Testing the Op is going to draw us another card. And I really do feel like we're just square right here. Like, we just got the Goku we needed. And that just feels really good, like, plus the unison. We're gonna put this here, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, we're gonna draw a whole nother card. Oops, we should have charged first, I apologize. But yeah, we're just able to do so much here. We can now tap this, we can play this, you know, we can get our crit out of the way, we can swing, if the sequence permits it, to draw another card. We can just play this on top of this and send one card we control or from our hand down. At this point, it'll just be the Searcher. Goodbye. You know, we can swing over here, untap, get the 5K, tap this again for the Triple Flash. Triple Flash is going to draw 1, draw 2. We got the Yamcha and the Secret Rare. And now we just got to survive one turn. With a Testing the Op and 2 super combos and a Yamcha and an Imposing Presence, I really think we can survive the turn. Like, that's a whole lot of defense. A whole lot of defense. And if they can't neutralize this board, Lord, this is about to be bad. Because I just want you guys to know that if they can't neutralize this board, not only do we get to charge and play a Vegeta, right? But after playing a Vegeta, we can literally Spirit Boost 10 to play this guy from here because we have 5 energy. And hey, there it is. So with that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this deck tutorial. This is actually looking really, really nice, and I can't wait to see how people just innovate, you know? Can't wait to see how people want to play this deck and how we move from here. So with that being said, I want you guys to have a great day. I cannot wait to see you in the next video, and yeah. Thanks for stopping by Universe X. If you want to help the team thrive, hit that subscribe button, and we will keep making content. By we, I mean me. At the same time, I wouldn't be here without all the homies that really just inspire me to play and inspire me to make more content, including the subscribers that, you know, just help and give words of kindness and praise every day. So